Hi everybody, you are listening to 31 Days of Horror, a series of blogs and podcasts where every day for 31 days from October the 1st till October the 31st, you will be taken on a ride through 31 film experiences unlike the typical list of movies that you come to expect from the Halloween season. 31 Days of Horror is officially sponsored by Infernal Imagery. Visit infernalimagery.com throughout October 2018 and receive 20% off your purchases by using the offer code 31days. Today's tea of the day is Vampire from Outer Space. That's offer code 31days for 20% off at infernalimagery.com. So hi there, it is the 18th of October, 2018.
Aye.
Andy's looking a little bit tired, but I think we're kind of like that lull where we just kind of like, we'll pick it up for the last.
This is the one that's gonna pick us up. This.
Yeah, you reckon?
Bill Paxton.
Oh
Vampires.
man, yeah.
Come on.
Bill Paxton and vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kathryn Bigelow.
We're gonna talk about Near Dark. This is Kathryn Bigelow's big picture, 1987 picture starring Adrian Pasdar. Never heard of him. Jenny Wright. Never really heard of her.
Oh no, she was in that film.
Oh, Jenny Wright?
Yeah, Jenny Wright. She was in the film with the other actors in it as well. They all talked. It was like real life, but in a box. It was good. It was good.
He's hammered. Lance Henriksen, stand-up guy.
Yeah, good cyclist.
Yeah. He's good at sitting down too. Bill Paxton, of course, we mentioned. And
Jeanette Goldstein.
Yes. And so a small-town farmer's son. Yeah, that always is the problem, isn't it? Reluctantly joins a traveling group of vampires after he is turned on by a beautiful drifter. Is he turned on?
Is he turned on?
I'm reading this from IMDb. Or turned on. Turned on or turned on. That's an odd way of phrasing it.
Yeah, and a beautiful drifter.
A beautiful drifter.
Was he peering into a toilet at the time?
It sounds like lyrics.
That's a beautiful drifter in this toilet.
It sounds like
Which one of you did it? It was me. I'm going to follow you, vampires.
I was turned on by a beautiful drifter.
Oh, that's Neil Young. You sound like Neil Young when you did that. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this was one of those films that Kathryn Bigelow obviously stole.
Yeah, all of Cameron's crew.
Filofax.
What's a Filofax?
Contacts. Filofax is what they had in 1987 when they looked up people's contacts and stole them.
Or kind of like notes.
He would have had a Filofax.
And she would have had to go on a submarine to get to it as well. Pretentious prick.
He would have had to have done a documentary on the passing over of the Filofax.
Yeah.
With the briefing apparatus on.
Yeah, but not underwater. Just in his front room.
But this is not even about James Cameron.
You mentioned his name.
I mentioned his name. It's hilarious. But Near Dark, it's a contemporary horror film, a vampire film. Sorry.
Yeah.
Before From Dusk Till Dawn. This is pre-Dusk Till Dawn territory, where they're trying to bring vampires into the modern day world. Yeah,
it's
Middle America.
Yeah, it's kind of like Lost Boys type.
Which was going on a lot in the late 80s. And the one film that put a stop to that, do you know what film put a stop to all those silly vampire films?
Spice World, the movie.
Interview of a Vampire.
They sucked all the blood out of it.
Sucked all the blood. I know, you're still reeling from your traumatic captivity.
Oh.
Yeah.
enter episode here.
13. Episode 13 of Frame by Frame.
Yeah, we were abducted by the Spice Girls.
It's fantastic.
It was tough times.
But so Interview with a Vampire put an end to it. This whole chain of vampire films, modern day vampire films.
But all sort of cool and
yeah.
Which, as far as vampire films go, I'm not keen on the hey, we're cool, we're vampires, or
but this
we're
is what
so
this was
beautiful. We're so I like Guillermo del Toro's sort of take on vampire. It was like a disease, an infection that.
But Near Dark kind of and Lost Boys, if you think about it, there was the whole I was gonna say craze, but it's not a craze. The whole stigma of AIDS virus.
Yeah,
that craze back in the 80s.
They loved it back then, didn't they?
Oh, get me some of that AIDS. So vampires were kind of like an allegory for that. I think, and that's why they were pulling it into modern day so much, because they needed to talk about it, but they just thought, well, what's the only thing that we can compare with the AIDS virus? Getting bitten by a vampire. I found this film really fun only because of Lance Henriksen, Bill Paxton, and Jeanette Goldstein. This is the reason why it's in the list, because I love watching them phoning it in as vampires. And that's the only reason why it's in there. Yeah. I'm being very honest here. This is not the best contemporary vampire movie that there's ever been. And I'm sure that Twilight still holds the.
But like I say,
I'm going to watch all those, one day, and we're going to review them.
Right, you're going to watch them, and then I'll talk about them.
I'll have to sell them to you. I'll have to sell them to you.
Okay.
But
like I said, when it comes to a vampire film, I like it to be, like Blade 2.
Yeah.
Where it's horrible and you've been taken over by this thing, and it is like a disease. Or not this pretty. We're so pretty, or we're so cool.
We're cool, driving around America, just picking up girls. Yeah. Well, in this one, it's a girl picking up a guy, so they are trying to subvert it a little bit.
And that's probably may have come from Kathryn Bigelow.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, female vampire.
And I think it's worth noting as well that
The Female Vampire. That's a totally different movie. That's a great erotica.
Oh, is it?
It's.
Well, watch it when I get home.
I have to mention it because the soundtrack is so good. This is my honest take on The Female Vampire. The music is beautiful. I found the music first, and I thought, I want to see this film. And then I realized that the girl only wears a belt. There's none of that in here, but there you go.
Well, that's what it was missing.
That's what it's missing. Maybe I should have put the female vampire in this.
I wish you had. No, but like you say, it is a very enjoyable film, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's great fun. It's not scary. Would you say it's a classic?
I wouldn't say it's a classic myself. I think I was pushing to put films in this list that people haven't seen before. And I think it's worth watching just to kind of see that this is how, it's not always about the Lost Boys when they're talking about vampire films of the 80s. There are other vampire films available.
I'm not that big of a fan of the big one of the 80s.
The Lost Boys.
I'm not that much of a fan of it.
I haven't watched it since I watched it the first time. Not really a fan either.
But people go nuts for it. Yeah. And I don't understand why.
Soundtrack?
Yeah,
I reckon because, there was that hit in the 80s, and every time it's played... straight away, Lost Boys. Everybody loves the song, so they've got to love the movie.
And I suppose you can put a film on, like you can put a piece of sort of music on or something, and it evokes a memory of being happy as a kid. But
the contemporary kids these days, they see Lost Boys as if they think it's special, then it must be special, and therefore I must watch it.
No, that's why it rests solely on our shoulders.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we speak for 7 billion people.
So for Near Dark, not a classic.
But it's fun. And Kathryn Bigelow has had one hell of a great career.
Yeah. I like her, and
so do I.
She's great, so. And she keeps it real. How are you doing, Andy? I mean, this is day 18. Do you think you can hold it up for the next week and a bit?
Somebody stop it! And here is a message from our sponsors. Oh God!
Oh, it's so good.
But we always said that I'm bad at the beginnings and I'm bad at the endings, and I'm not very good at the middle stuff.
31 Days of Horror is officially sponsored by Infernal Imagery. Visit infernalimagery.com throughout October 2018 and receive 20% off your purchases by using the offer code 31days. Today's tea of the day is Vampire from Outer Space. That's offer code 31days for 20% off at infernalimagery.com.